Well, greetings, viewers and voyeurs. Got that funk here, and I'm going to be posting this as a video response to Boundless Eyes and her video, "The Art of Honest Pulling." I think it was. There was more to the title than that. Anyways, hello, I'm Paul. Nice to meet you. Anyway, right, I got to thinking about your video. I really liked it, and I'm highly recommending that everyone watches this video, watches yours as well. Obviously, I'll link it in the below bar. Um, but it got me to thinking because I haven't really talked about this for a long time, but I have my own pretty strict rules about behavior when it comes to this stuff, and it's the result of I've been going night clubbing in one form or another since 1978. So it's for me personally. I go clubbing because I like to dance. I never really go out on the pull, but I am not above pulling or being pulled. Definitely not, and I'll get into that in a minute. But the other thing I've enjoyed about my clubbing history is if the music sucks, or if I'm just not in the right mood, or sometimes I don't have enough money to splurge in the way I might like to, I will just hang back and observe behavior. And sometimes, depending on the town and the era, nightclubs can be a little bit like a watering hole where you get all the different animals coming up to get their drinks, and the males will be flaunting and the females will be there picking the males that they want, and it's fucking hilarious. And I used to like narrate them like David Attenborough. So yeah, I thought that's kind of funny. Anyway, right. As far as the behavior thing goes, there's different kinds of pulling, I suppose, isn't there? Because certainly here in Britain, where I've been living for the past 21 years, much of the time I've been involved with women. But in the times that I've been single, I've done plenty of clubbing. I haven't been out dancing much in the past year, though. But I live in a town where it is ridiculously easy to get laid. Um, Compared to other parts of my life and other eras. It's just amazing to me how people around here behave, male and female. And so I had just to come up with some rules which I resurrected from when I was younger. And the irony of that is when I was younger, and by younger I mean in my 20s, back in the 80s, um, I had these same rules, but I never really adhered to them as much as I have since I've been single after my second divorce. Um, so, without any further ado, here's the Got That Funk uh, pull anti pull rules. Number one, absolutely top of the list, is you never lie to get in bed with someone. I have such strong feelings about that I can't even overstate it. Number one thing that I wouldn't lie about is my age. A lot of people naturally seem to think that I'm younger than I am. And it's really important to me in my life that I never share my body with someone else who I will later regret it with. And whether that's in a casual way or a deeper way. And so, yeah, that's a big deal to me. And it's equally a big deal to me that I never have sex with someone who wakes up the next day and goes, "Oh my God, I slept with Paul." I mean, that to me would be almost an equal nightmare. So it's really important to me that if a woman is younger than me, for example, which they often are, that women who are forward, yeah, it's really important to me that they know exactly how old I am. And if they're still interested, then I'm not really averse. But obviously, to be honest, because they assume I'm younger, when I tell them how old I really am, you have to be there because the look that goes across their face is hilarious. I mean, it's something like you get shifted from categories from being a contender, someone that they're considering possibly getting with, to, "Oh my God, that could be my dad." It's just like I think that moment is priceless, and it's also it's so much fun watching that expression, which happens much more often than not. Um, so when that expression happens, I just take solace, and I'm quite happy to be friendly from that point onwards. It's no big deal to me. Um, I so yeah, never lie to get laid. And number one, so I don't lie about how old I am or what I do for a living. I'm a body piercer. The fact that I've been divorced twice, the fact that I've got 2 kids. I never tell lies about any of that kind of stuff. I wouldn't. Not one bit of it. Other rules that I have that other people might not have and might think that I'm ridiculous for having will make sense, but I'll tell you what the rules are first, and then I'll tell you why I've got them. First of all, my own personal rules. I'm not saying that other people should use these rules because that would be ridiculous. But this is how I have to behave for my own reasons, and I'll get into that in a second. I would never snog someone, repeatedly anyways, unless I might be prepared to go home with them. A kiss here or there is one thing, but if you're going to be making out with someone and getting yourself all hot and bothered, then yeah, I don't want to do that unless there's a possibility, that it might go somewhere. And so I wouldn't do that with someone I didn't want that possibility to exist with, and that's a big deal to me. Also, I wouldn't go home with someone and have sex with them if I wouldn't be prepared to be seen with them, with my friends or whatever, And again, this comes down to part of the whole, I wouldn't want to have sex with someone I regret having sex with for whatever reason. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Yeah, I would never personally get with someone who was really, really drunk or wasted on pills or anything like that. To me, it's partly a turnoff anyway, but also, I don't want there to be any question that they might wake up the next day and go, oh my God, I mean, to me, that would be horrible. And, the fact is that the next day, if someone's really off their tits, they're probably going to wake up that way anyway. And I don't want to be a part of it. So, yeah. And the same applies in reverse. I wouldn't get with someone just because I was wasted or just because I was, intoxicated in whatever way. Not unless that was part of the intention between us in the first place. To me, that would be completely different. But generally speaking, I don't really get, sloppy drunk when I'm out in public anyways. I don't like seeing it, and so therefore I don't let myself get like that very often. So yeah, those are my basic rules. And one of the reasons I have them is because I have real major issues with consent, you see. And I want to make sure that someone that I'm going to be getting with in an intimate way, whether for the short or the long term, either way, I want there to be some kind of pull there. I want there to be some kind of magnetism between us. And, I'm quite happy to admit that I have a streak of narcissism. And, I know what this sounds like, and I don't mean it to necessarily come across the way it sounds, but, I don't really want to get intimate with someone if they can resist me. If I'm being myself and being around someone and I invite them to share my company, as it were, and they're not interested, well, that's automatically I'm no longer interested. And it's not because I'm like, oh, fuck you, bitch, or anything like that. Oh, far from it. It's like, okay, I get it, that's fine. And then it shifts into something else. But for me personally, if someone can resist me, well, that's not what I want. You know what? I want to be as eager to be with them, and I want them to be eager to be with me. It's got to, consent isn't even enough. I want eager, so yeah, it's a pretty big deal to me. And, you were saying in your video, Boundless Eyes, about how you think, when it comes to guys and their egos, and it's like a whole conquering thing. And I totally have observed that throughout my adult life, and I don't think there's really much room for argument there. And for me, as I say, with my little streak of narcissism there, it's not, I don't think it's about the conquering issue so much. It's literally about trying to magnetically pull them to me, and that's why it doesn't happen very often. Anyway, right, this got that funk. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your entertaining and inspiring video. Take it easy, and may all your ups and downs be ups.